What's with that snail? Shitting out the ellipses. Anyway, guys, this is Sarah's night, and this is Let's Play The Evil Within. We're gonna start with Chapter 2 today, and I'm sorry, when I was test playing a while ago, you know, just to make sure, like, my voice is coming through okay, and yet you can still hear the game audio well enough and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I accidentally saved, and, you know, saved over, like, my, you know, previous file at the end of Chapter 1, and of course, that was just a test video. So I deleted that by accident before I realized what I'd done, and so you actually did miss a part of the game here, but it wasn't much. It was just like after the car crash, Sebastian wakes up, and this is where we're introduced to the kind of like the safe house area of the game, which is like this this empty, abandoned mental asylum where usually there's just one other person there, this nurse who looks after Sebastian, you know, every time he comes back here, and it's all taking place in his mind. So, I mean, this was pretty much it right here. I just woke up, and she's like, hey, you know, I'm here to take care of you. Follow me down this hall, and I saved over here at this desk. So, you know, didn't miss anything super critical or awesome, to be honest.
Smells like medicine.
Well, this kind of place generally would have that kind of scent attached to it, I think. So, yeah, this right here, what I'm supposed to do storyline-wise, just to get back to the real world, because, of course, since this is the first time they're introducing the safe area, you know, with its weird theme of being in a mental asylum and everything, and this electric shock therapy, this is something I have to do, and they're kind of making a scene out of it. But yeah, I have to do this. There was this green bile that Sebastian picks up in the room where he wakes up, and I just call it brain juice. The game calls it green gel, but yeah, and I just use it to get like this electroshock, and boom, all better. But this mechanism, as you know, nonsensical as it is what Sebastian uses to basically get stronger in every aspect. You know, max health, increasing that, upgrading the attack of his weapons, item capacity, all that good stuff. So, I mean, it's weird. It makes no sense. It's like, you know, you get a zap in the brain, and, you know, suddenly Sebastian can reload his pistol faster. But, you know, still, I kind of like it. But right now, you know, we're meant to just kind of, continue with actually getting back into, quote-unquote, the real world, which still this part's taking place in Sebastian's mind, I think. Where after the car crash, after he wakes up, and we're now following a trail of clues to recover our teammates who were in the ambulance with us. So here's an interesting mechanism, or well, not really interesting so much as just helpful. As you could see, as I stood still with Sebastian, all I did was pan the camera around. When he's in critical status like that, when his health is flashing red, if you know, stay still long enough, if you can get away from your enemies, that is, long enough to do this, you know, he'll recover just long enough to be at kind of like the minimum safety health, where unless you're on a harder difficulty, he can likely take one more hit from something before dying. So, and I do like that. It's basically right now, it's kind of that minimum safety point is like a third of his max health right now. But of course, back in the safe area, we can upgrade that. You know, when we find enough green gel, we can upgrade his health to where he can take more punishment than that, which it's pretty much on the list of priorities for me every time I play this game. So right now we're just following this trail off into the woods of Elk River, I believe. Which is the area where I saw a newspaper in the asylum a minute ago. You missed that part. That was lying in the room where I woke up in there. Just telling us about just a mass, like a mass of bodies found. And so you'll kind of see newspaper clippings and stuff like that throughout the game, which will sort of coincide with what's happening in the real world as this is happening to Sebastian in his mind right now, or rather the kind of collective mind nightmare trap that the bad guy in the game, Ruvik, has set up for him and his friends. So we'll keep on going, and this light ahead is actual key item that we'll be keeping with us on our person the whole time, a lantern. And notice the enemy who just wandered off ahead of us did not notice this racket of Sebastian falling down the hill like a dumbass. But you'll find it's actually the nameless cop who was driving the ambulance at the end of Chapter 1. And we saw him turning into a monster just before the crash. So unfortunately, we're going to have to put him down right here. And I have no idea why he thought that was Connolly. Because wasn't Connolly the name of... No, I'm sorry, that was Kidman. My bad. This guy's name is actually Connolly. Woo! So he kind of took a dive at us right there. But if we sort of just hit and fade, we can probably take him out with melee attacks mostly. But I'll go ahead and put a shot in him just to see if I can get a good... Yeah, sometimes you can just kind of make them stumble with a melee hit, but you really have to choose your timing, and even then it's probably a matter of luck for the most part to see if they'll actually recoil instead of just, you know, them absorbing the damage basically and getting a counter hit on you anyway. And of course, a lot of times enemies like him can turn around and take a swing at you really quickly, even if you're hitting them in the back. So it's always best to just kind of walk forward, swing as fast as you can, and then get back.
My God, Connolly.
Okay, and I wish I could remember. Yeah, that was smart, SK. I guess that was the quick draw button was trigger. But how do I activate the lamp again? I suddenly cannot remember. Okay, so let's take a look in here. Alright, right trigger is aim. L trigger is fire. See what's in these boxes. Oh, good. Brain juice. I'm always a bit desperate for that every time I play this game, no matter how experienced I get with it. Not gonna lie. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's a dead end. That's interesting that there's a actual electrical light right here in this cave.
Hurts! Whoa.
And the mental patient, Leslie, just saved us from this trap, from getting blown to bits.
You were Leslie,
You
right?
walk into it, you explode.
I'm a police officer. Maybe I should help you.
Should help you.
Shit. How am I gonna get you to a hospital?
I don't know why they made Leslie. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it's just weird how he just his feminine features just make me, you know, think of like just that trope in anime where a lot of male characters just kind of have this feminine pretty boy face. And the fact that Leslie's hair is white too. I don't know if I mean, being a mental patient, maybe he suffered a big scare when he was younger that just made his hair go completely white. I don't know. So another thing about this game that really helps you in conserving ammo is the use of matches, which you can use to immediately kill a downed enemy. For some reason, it's like they're all soaked in, kerosene. Just they catch fire like that immediately, as long as they're down on the ground and you reach them in time before they start to get back up. Now here's something interesting. I'm wondering if I'll find something back this way on the other side of the fence before going into that little cabin that's standing in the way. There is actually an achievement you can get that I just never even thought about getting before, and I'm really not going to bother with it this time either, I don't think, for just getting through this entire chapter without engaging the enemy, just sneaking around. I guess you can get their attention, but as long as you do not fight them or take damage from them, then you get this achievement just for, sneaking around like that, making it through the whole chapter. But, what's the fun in that? Okay, so there's the nurse from our safe house, and this introduces us every time you see this this mirror right here. If you gaze into it long enough, you go back into like that safe space in Sebastian's mind where he can take a breather, get new information, possibly from the nurse, and newspaper clippings hanging around, and more importantly, upgrade his stats. So this is bits of Sebastian's journal that we'll find lying around that kind of, naturally has progressive revelations about him and his personal life. So this is November 2004. Finally got my gold badge. Detective Sebastian Castellanos. I like the sound of that. Seems a long time coming, but they say that I'm one of the fastest ever to rise through the ranks. Can't wait to get started. I know that I can do more good as a detective than I ever could as a beat cop. Plus, I don't have to wear that damned uniform anymore. The pay bump doesn't hurt either. KCPD needs all the help they can get. There's a seemingly disproportionate amount of crime these days. Crimson City is my home. It's my job to protect it. And I do like that they play that through the what's it called, the gramophone. They play that classical song Claire de Lune. I don't remember the name of the guy. I think Debussy, who made this song, but it's a really nice little song, and it doesn't seem to have like this pretentiousness about it either, like the Bach's Air on the G string from earlier did. That was playing in that Crazy Chainsaw Guy's little home that we found in the basement of the hospital in the first chapter. But I think we'll avoid that for now. I don't even have the green gel to really upgrade anything right now, so we'll just ignore that for now. I don't remember. What was the run button again? Okay, that's sneak. And oh, okay, L1 is sprint. And inexplicably, Leslie actually survives for a long time throughout this game, despite being totally defenseless. And you'd think that, being a mental case, he would not have the, presence of mind to know what to do in any kind of dangerous situation. But he always manages to stay safe. No matter where you find him next, he's always gotten ahead of you and made it through all these dangers. Okay. So, somehow this enemy does not see me right now. I guess because he's standing in the light and I'm actually off into the darkness here. But we'll try to go for a sneak kill here. And he's probably going to turn around before I can get all the way up to him, but we'll see. Nope, he sure didn't. Oh, good, a health syringe. That gives us back about a third of our life, and you can also upgrade how much percentage of your life that it gives you back every time you take it. I think up from like 30 to 60%. It's pretty nice. But we'll go ahead and stay on our little minimum spot here. And every time I take damage, I'll just, if I can possibly be in a situation where I can stand still long enough to recover it, we'll just do that. And there goes Leslie again. Now, here's another thing. I believe this is the first one in the game we can come across, and there's maybe an average of 3 to 4 each chapter, but you see these statues right here. If you strike them, you get something called like an old key, and you can actually use that just to get extra, use that in a certain area in the safe house, where you'll get like just, extra items, health or ammo, that kind of thing, or a bunch of, a bunch of green gel for upgrades. It's it's also a nice little feature I like. I love finding these things. It always just kind of gives me the spark of hope that I have all the more chances of surviving this game. Yeah, for some reason Sebastian thinks this guy's on the up and up and he can talk to him, even though he's encountered 2 of these monsters before and knows that he had to kill them in defense. Maybe because this guy's talking, I don't know. But yeah, you see that that big lighthouse in the distance. That's kind of like our ultimate destination, where we have to confront Ruvik at the end of the game. Okay, and there's another guy that just appeared out of nowhere. Now, somehow, even though I called out to him, at least I think I did, they don't notice me now, I guess, because I just happened to get smart and run up behind this bale of hay while they were transforming as fast as I could. And you can actually use these, oh, whoops. Right as he turned around. You can use these balls to distract him by, throwing it ahead. Or you can use it to stun him temporarily. Oh, got me pretty good right there. Alright, let's see if I can stand still long enough before he comes at me. Good. Let's go ahead and take him out. And wow, terrible at shooting today. Okay. Alright, so let's try to go for a sneak attack here. Well, I guess while we're here, we'll go ahead and read this note. Lakeside Town Note. When did they put a lighthouse on the lake? Has it always been there? That circling light passes over me? Passes through me? I feel like it takes something away each time. I can't remember what it was, though. Oh, good, bullets. Now, I do believe there are traps arrayed throughout this area, like the, the wire once you touch it, that's strung between 2 walls or whatever. As soon as you touch it, there's a device that detonates, and I don't think that's an enemy that will get up, so I'm not going to waste the matches. Oh, good, a syringe. Thing is, I'm pretty sure if I touch one of those wires with my health at minimum right now, it's going to kill me. So I need to be very careful. Yep, like right here. Now the thing is, what's nice is when you approach them stealthily like this and take a little bit of time to disarm them, you get a you get like trap parts, and you can use them to fashion crossbow bolts of various types. Like ones that freeze the enemy, you know, when it hits them, explosive bolts, uh, bolts that just kind of go off like a flash grenade and stuns them for a while so that you can get a sneak kill. That's also pretty cool. Alright, there's a dock over here. Probably nothing there, but let's check it out. Okay, yeah. Pretty sure that's nothing. Just to get a better look at the lighthouse, I guess, across the way. Oh, whoops. I was pressing on the right analog stick, and that brings up the kind of the automatic menu. So pressing left will toggle on and off the lantern, but you know, you want it off if you're trying to get a sneak kill on an enemy. Okay, I don't know if there's any this way. Okay, yeah, he's got a torch up so he can see me from farther away than normal. I'm pretty sure. So I gotta wait for him to turn around. I think he's gonna turn around in time. Nope, got him. Now, as for the enemy over here, he's probably reached the other end of his patrol area, so I don't want to try sneaking all the way up behind him and hoping that he just stays turned around that long. Let's see what he does first. Well, I'm tempted now, because he's been standing there forever. Oh, that's right. I can actually hit him with the torch that the other enemy was carrying if I want, and that burns him automatically. But we'll go ahead and save it for the next enemy. Meanwhile, in here, okay, so I'm full on matches right now. That's fine. I mean, I have to admit, it wouldn't be very fair if you could, like, you know, actually carry, like, an infinite number of matches. Right now, I think my maximum is 5. Because that's pretty much, you know, 5 easy kills. So, I can understand why, you know, they try to minimize how much you can carry at a time. It would seem too easy otherwise. Well, since this guy's here and I got a torch, let's just take him out. Yeah, we have bear traps in this game, just like with Resident Evil 4. Here's another one. Oh, cool. Brain juice. We're probably clear of enemies, so let's take out the lantern before I walk into another wire trap. And honestly, since we're full on syringes, yeah, and that might save me from at least from one hit from a trap. Yeah, this is kind of a get through one end of the woods to another. Just to progress. There's really no keys to find to unlock a door somewhere or anything like that, or just a series of tasks to perform to get out of the area. We're pretty much just kind of exploring around on a fairly linear path. Oh, here we go. If we hit him. Oh, nope. Yeah, headshots are pretty valuable in this game, I'm not gonna lie. It does take a lot more timing and aiming, though, which normally you don't have if you're even when confronting just one enemy at a time. Alright, sneak up. Get my buttons confused again, sorry. Okay, yeah, I just kind of went backwards for no reason. My bad. Well, I guess that's about it. The gate's just ahead, actually. But I know there was plenty of other stuff to find. We'll go ahead and just check over here right quick. I know this is my ultimate destination. But before we open it, let's... Whoop! You know what? No. There we're going to get up as soon as I started turning the crank on the gate. Somehow he did not die, though. At least not immediately. Okay, let's just recover that. Yeah, I like how Sebastian, acts like he's just really hot. Burning up in the forehead or something, so he's like wiping sweat away instead of just badly hurt. Come to think, I didn't actually go all the way back here into these houses. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, actually. Okay, there may be more enemies about. Whoa, boy. Yeah, I just heard him get pissed off because for some reason I lost control of the sneak button. I don't know why, so that's why I stood up just in time for this guy to see me. Ah. Ow. Alright, hopefully I can recover that. No, I can't. I can, however, use this on the next enemy I see. Alright, there's probably a wire in the hallway. Yep. And it looks like we might have another document right here. Nope, that's just a book on the floor. carrying anything? No. Okay, yeah, so map fragments that you find around, kind of like the old keys, that's explained later on, so we won't worry about that right now. Alright, well, I think that's it. That's that for in here. Let's just move on ahead. The worst part is, all these guys gathered around. You know, I can easily run from them, but there's something over here that I really kind of want over here in this cabin. And the thing is, carrying this torch, well, they're going to easily notice me. At least I think they are. I don't even see them. But I could swear there was a whole bunch of them over here. I see one. Okay, we got another syringe, and we can only carry 2 at a time right now, so let's go ahead, shoot up, and take this one. Well, darn, I forgot it was a map fragment, not a old key, which I'm more interested in this playthrough. Well, I guess as long as I stay on the outskirts, they're not really going to notice me. Oh, hi. Okay, there's another one chasing after me. Crap.
Better get out of here. God damn it!
Probably easily a shout out to the scene at the end of Chapter 2 of Resident Evil 4 where the horde of villagers is chasing Leon and Ashley into kind of like a castle-like structure. Except this time Sebastian just dives off into the water. Enemies are like, eh, he's dead. You know. We saw him fall into a wire, so that must mean he's definitely dead. No need to chase after him. Okay, guys. Well, again, that was a pretty short chapter, but it, for the most part, it only gets harder from here. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.